Hi guys! I'm sorry it's been so long. I went to Wales and I didn't have any of my planner supplies there, so I couldn't make any videos. But I got back today and was delighted to discover that my order from LyraandCo had arrived. So LyraandCo, if you don't know them, is an Etsy shop that makes fabric faux dories. And I'm not usually a great fan of fabric faux dories because I generally prefer faux leather ones. But these ones are really, really good quality. And I actually got one probably nearly a year ago that I use as a passport holder. It's a pocket size one and I'll show it in another video. And ever since then I've been keeping my eye out for them in case there are any new designs that I really, really liked. And it just so happened that she brought in two new designs that I loved at the same time. So I got both of them. So I thought I'd show them to you today. This is the first one. It's an A5 or an extra wide size. And you can see it's this really, really striking black and white floral pattern. I'm not usually a huge floral fan, but for some reason the black and white just like really grabbed me. I think it's just very eye-catching. It's quite a delicate pattern and it's got like these roses and then leaves and some like kind of fainter leaves in the background. It's actually kind of a grayscale, but I just think that this is really beautiful. So there are a few different features that I particularly like about Lyra Dories. One of them is the fact that the elastics always are chosen with care in terms of the color. So they're not just white or just black. They coordinate with the colors of the cover itself. And as you can see, this one is black, which I really like because it, it matches the black and white theme. And I'll show you my other one and you'll see what I mean more than that because that's got colors. And then this is what the side looks like. So it has the closing elastic on the spine, which I really like, as opposed to on here. And then it's got these two horizontal rivets here. And these ones are silver, which I think contrasts well. Like I think that matches well with the black and white design. And then it has this charm here, which is a rose, and that obviously also fits really well with the theme, and this just came with it. This wasn't an extra. Then another thing that I really like about them is the stitching. So you can see this one has white stitching and like the stitching is just really good. They're very high quality. And another thing that I love is that the edges are finished. So something that kind of bugs me, and I know that this is a personal choice and there are people that like them, but I'm not a fan of the fabric faux dories where the edges are left rough. I've had a couple of those and it kind of annoys me when they start to fray and like you can see the inside and I just don't like it. So I really like this because they're finished off very, very neatly. And so the whole thing just feels really high quality, very, very well done. And then you can see this is what the back looks like. So there's something on the inside. I think there's a layer of padding that you can feel inside, and then on the outside there's something like maybe, I don't know if it's cardboard or something that's a bit stiffer. So it feels like stiff on the outside, but still quite bendy as you can see, and then padded on the inside. So it feels quite substantial. And I think, as I've mentioned before, I don't think that I would use a fabric faux dory as my main planner because I always worry about them, like getting stained or like getting ink spots and like kind of not being rugged enough to stand up to intensive like going in and out of bags. But I think that like this one feels very secure and substantial, so I think that like if you did want to use it as a main planner it would be fine. So something else that I love about it when you open it is ta-da, pockets. So this is I think another issue often with particularly fabric faux dories is that you often just, you just have the plain insides, which can be fine depending on what you want to use it for. But I really just like the option of having pockets. And this particular one that I ordered just came like this. This wasn't an extra add-on. She does have a lot of different options in the shop. So there are 3 standard sizes, the extra wide or A5 size, the like standard Midori size, and then the pocket size. And then you can get like added extra elastic. So it's a general the basic ones come with 2, and then you can sometimes get things like pockets and snaps, I think, but this one just came with the pockets. So really nice. The pockets are just fabric here, so there's no like kind of lining, there's nothing thicker about this, but like this is great because if you wanted to put in stickers or receipts or notebooks or whatever else you wanted to keep in here, you've got space for it. So I think that's awesome. And I really like how it's kind of like the top half is black, so the inside is black, and then how the pockets are made out of the same fabric as the cover. I think that just looks really, really nice. And then the other thing that I love about it is the pen loop. So this is something else that's kind of an eternal source of frustration, I feel like, is fedoras without pen loops, because I just think it's always so much nicer when you've got a built-in pen loop. And this one, it looks small, but it's made out of elastic, and the elastic is great. So you can put this Pilot Metropolitan in, for example. So this is a reasonably chunky pen, and that goes in there without any problem. So awesome pen loop. And it's just really nice. I like the white stitching here as well. So that's the first one. And then the second one, if you found the black and white a bit monochromatic, we have the complete opposite. Ta-da! So this is My Little Pony, and James and I are both fans of My Little Pony, the new series, the recent one. And so when I saw this, I was just like, oh my God, I have to get this one. Also, Panda had a My Little Pony blanket, so it kind of has like extra meaning. It reminds me of Panda, but I just really like it. It's so happy. So again, you see what I mean about the elastic. So this is pink, which I think is just really nicely thought out, because in terms of colors, it matches Pinkie Pie, and also like for the ponies, pink. And generally, I'm so not a pink person. I usually don't like pink at all, but for My Little Pony, it is appropriate. So you've got the same thing. This is the same size. This is the extra wide. You've got pink elastics here and the rivets on the side. And then when you open it, it looks like this. So this one doesn't have pockets, and this was a ready to ship. So she's got different options available. There are some where you can get like custom add-ons, like I mentioned, and some that are just like ready to ship. And so this just came as it was, and I was really happy with it. I didn't mind that it didn't have pockets. But it does have the pen loop, which I think is really important, because if you need to, and it depends on what you're using these for, but I probably won't use this for anything where I really absolutely like need to have pockets. So I really like the fact that it has a pen loop, because I think you always need a pen loop. And the pen loop here is purple. So it's, again, this attention to detail, because the purple matches the outside color. And I just really like how you have all of these different coordinating colors rather than just having the elastics be white or the pen loop be white. I think that's really cool. And then I really like this inside fabric as well. So this is something that if you go on the site, and I'll link it down below, you'll see that generally there will be, you'll have the design of the color of the cover, and then there will be a different like kind of coordinating design on the inside, which is just really nice because it gives it an extra kind of edge. Sometimes it's the same design on the inside as the outside, but very often it's a different one. So yeah, I just love both of these, and I'm really excited to use them. So let me just show you what they look like with inserts in. So like I said, these are both the extra wide size, so they're designed to fit Moleskine cahiers, large, or like May Designs notebooks, which I've never used myself, but I know it says that on the website. So just to give you an example, this is a large Moleskine cahier. So these are actually just a bit smaller than A5. So we put this one in here. And then this is a Moleskine Volant, which is the same size. It's just that it has more pages, and it's like kind of sort of like book bound instead of bound with staples like a notebook. And that goes in like this. And then you can see that these both fit in perfectly. There's no overhang. There's quite a bit of room at the edge, which I really like, and I know a lot of people like that. So you could definitely fit in a couple more, certainly more of these cahiers. If you can hear snoring in the background, by the way, as usual, that's Tails. He fell asleep on the sofa behind me, and I didn't have the heart to move him, so I'm sorry about that. So yeah, that's what it looks like, and it's like nice and chunky, and it feels like very solid and sturdy, and it's just great. I love it. Now you could also put in one of these bigger, like a kind of standard Moleskine notebook, but I think if you did that, probably it would be best as the only thing in this, and that's actually what I'm planning to do. I'm going to use this as one of these anyway. I'm going to use as a cover for a project notebook that I'm using for my current writing project, so just as a notebook cover. And you can see that that looks perfectly fine as well. Looks really nice. There's a good bit of extra room on the side. You could probably fit in another cahier if you wanted to. It kind of bothers me when I have two notebooks or more than one notebook in a notebook cover or a Fodori that aren't the same thickness, so I wouldn't do that, but that might just be my own personal issue. So that's what they look like with notebooks in them. Now, if you wanted to use the Leuchtturm size, I should just mention that Leuchtturm is actually a true A5 as opposed to Moleskine, which is a bit narrower, so you can see the difference here. This is a bit wider. So I've tried these in here and they do fit, but they come right up to the edge. So it's not as ideal. I'll just show it to you quickly. So if you wanted to put this in, this is what it would look like. So it's okay. Certainly with one, it's fine, but there's no extra space at all. It comes right to the edge. So if you had more than one in here of this width, there probably would be overhang, and that might bug you. It would bug me. So I'd say it's better with the Moleskine size. But anyway, that's it. That is the Lyra. So I just really love these. I think that they're so beautiful and I love the attention to detail, and I would definitely check out her shop. So I hope you enjoyed this. I have got a ton of videos on the way, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.